Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. Today is a good day because we just had our final inspection and we passed. So now I'm going to give you a build update of what we've done since the last time you were here. So if you like what you see today, or you're just here surfing this channel, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. Only 18% of you do. We think that's a pretty low percentage. So all you freeloaders, hit that subscribe button, man. Come on, let's go. So since the last time you were here, we finished installing all the decking. We cut in all and installed all of our surface borders, and then we finished up all our fascia. We've identified where all of our Regal Ideas crystal rail needed to go. We've installed all that. We basically got everything done structurally or safety-wise that we needed to get done for our final inspection. Now, all we have left is some trim work. We have to wire up all the crystal rail and do some various, I have a punch list over here of things that we need to do to kind of finish this deck and go on so we can go to the next one. So we're still gonna be here a little bit, but I think probably today we're going to be doing mostly wiring and trim work. We're putting all of the siding back on the house that we took off for the waterproof bladder and for the lower deck area, just so we could have a clean space to mount our ledger boards to. We also installed some Simpson DTT1Z brackets, which are required by code that you have to attach into the wall plate at the top of the stud wall to keep the deck from wanting to pull away in a catastrophic event like an earthquake or a big party with a lot of people on your deck. Like sometimes this happens, this is no lie, this is how people get hurt on decks or die. Let's say there is somebody down here in the lower yard having a scuffle and everybody on the upper deck came to the end of the deck to see what's going on and they all stop about the same time. Well, that inertia can actually pull a deck off the ledger or even off the house, depending on how it's attached. And we've gone over several ways of attaching ledger boards safely, and we've also gone over these brackets. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, go through our channel and take a look at some of those videos about how to correctly attach a ledger to a house and some of the safety mechanisms that we use to keep that deck up in the event of something like that happening. So it happens every year. It's unfortunate, and it's something that could be avoided if the correct methods were used to install. So with that being said, I think we're pretty much today just kind of wrapping up a bunch of little things. I'm working on some trim under the deck right now, and I'll show you kind of what I'm getting at here in a minute with that. And Jose's running all the siding, and Dustin's wiring up all the crystal rail lights to make sure that we have all those correctly installed and everything lights up properly, so it gives that beautiful blue glow at night. Kind of looking forward to seeing that. And then we're also, a cool thing is we're putting a smart switch and a special transformer on this light system so the clients can actually use their iPhone to turn their lights on and off on their deck. All right, so kind of what I'm getting at here is when we tore this deck down, there was a piece of 2x2 in here on the old deck that we took out, and it left this gap over here like this. So what we're doing is we're taking some 1x4 and we're just covering this whole space up just so it looks nice. It's never gonna get wet. It's all under the eaves of the house and that kind of thing. So we're just going up, and like it looks like right here we're missing a piece of siding, so we have to add a piece of siding here, and then we got to put in all this trim because you see this gap right here. It kind of is, it's consistent throughout this lower deck, not on the upper deck because we actually use thicker joists for that one. But you can kind of see in the far corner, let's walk over here, and you can kind of see up in this far corner, I actually started doing a little bit of trim work. So this is what it's gonna look like when it's finished. And I had to actually did this first because I had to work around a vent. I'm not sure if it's a restroom vent or whatever. So that covers all of the gap and just looks kind of nice. And then it's just gonna be repainted like the rest of the house. So I'm gonna get this section done over here. And then I'm gonna let Jose take over from there. I was just kind of taking care of this because it was kind of a cluster mess. It took me about, I don't know, 45 minutes to kind of fix. So now that that's done, I'll go on to other tasks and he'll continue finish trimming that out. There's just like a punch list of things that we have to get done to kind of finish this job before we can leave. So that's kind of what we're up to right now. welcome to the upper deck. I don't know if you've been up here yet, and we're just about finishing up. Jose has done some siding details and adding some sealant, this stuff called Through the Roof. So this stuff is made by a company called Sashco, which stands for Sash Company, and they make some really great sealants, and this one is called Through the Roof. Basically, it's designed to seals everything that goes through the roof, and it really sticks to wet surfaces. So we use another product called Lexel. This is more for the rugged terrain, roofing, holes through roofs and things like that. So that's what we use to seal all of our crystal rail pods to the deck and other things as well. Thank you very much. Okay, so this deck is a 16-foot by 20-foot deck. It's 2x12 framing, free spanning from the house to the beam. It has a waterproof bladder installed, so everything below this deck remains dry. And we put this Regal Ideas crystal rail because you have a really beautiful view of the water over there. That used to be more of a view, but all these trees have grown up, so we need to just go knock all those trees down and we'd have a killer view again. But what we're doing today is basically, this is all western exposure. So this side of the house takes a lot of damage. You can kind of see from the repairs that we had to do on the siding that they have to have some painters come in and do their thing. Basically, we've come in, repaired what we had to do, put in some new siding and added more sealant just to keep any water, any moisture that's coming, driving rains, because we get a lot of storm fronts coming in. They come into here, they hit this siding and they don't really have an option. They have to come back this way. So that's what we've done. We've put an extra piece of trim in here. And I think the last thing we got to do is kind of seal this last line up. And then this deck will be complete, except for some cable management. So just thought you guys might want to see this one as well. This is a really cool spot. Not only is this the primary bedroom to the residents, but there's also like a breezeway or a foyer or something like that over here. So the homeowners are actually gonna cut in a new door over here and they're gonna block this one off. And that way everybody can come out and enjoy this deck. So we're really proud of this and we're glad to have been able to build it. I think it's gonna be a really great entertainment spot for years to come. All right, so I'm getting ready to hook up the transformer to our crystal rail. And also we're gonna have a transformer that runs some lighting up in the soffit. So I bought a smart dimmer plug with 2 outlets. So I can turn on and off 2 different transformers. One's wired direct. This one is for the crystal rail. It's a 24-volt transformer. And then I still have to bring another 12-volt transformer for the soffit lights, which will run on a separate circuit. So they'll be able to control by smartphone both their crystal rail and their soffit lighting underneath the upper deck. So that's what we're doing right now. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. That's all the time we have for you, but we appreciate you coming to the channel, checking us out. If you like what you saw today, please don't forget to click that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content, and like this video. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Leave a comment below if you're so inclined. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.